This is one of my favorite people that shouldn't even be involved anywhere near politics, but he keeps giving us more gifts. That's Mike Lindell. He is suggesting that he would hack Sean Hannity's show because Fox just won't run his election fraud claims anymore. Let's watch him go crazy.
Trolls that are on my Facebook and they go, there's no evidence, Mike, give it up. Just go over to Lindell TV and go to the Lindell TV 2, and you're gonna see Garland on there pouring out the evidence from Georgia. And then it won't be funny because then when Fox says we're all American, when Fox calls the United States of America all the people liars and our great president Donald Trump a liar, we say, well, Fox, here, why don't you run this tape on your show instead of Sean Hannity and run it and watch the stuff come out. Then maybe we should get our cyber guys, Brandon, that looked at all the evidence to hook up our stream to Fox's. Like they all attack Lindell TV all the time. We can attack. Can you imagine? This is Sean Hannity. All of a sudden, breaking news right out of Georgia. We can't even put the evidence pouring in Arizona, pouring in Wisconsin. And Fox you'd have the Murdochs going, oh no, what are we gonna do? The truth is out, we're the liars.
That guy needs a little bit of help. What I'm trying to say, Rick, is when I'm moving and I'm talking like this, I don't know which way. Yeah. What are they gonna? I've watched it multiple times. I'm still trying to figure out what he's talking about outside of hacking Sean Hannity's show because they're not running his fraud claims anymore. But he still would like to advertise. This back and forth has been crazy. Go, Rick. I can't wait.
The problem with all this stuff over here is that in the Better Business Bureau, they decided to give me an A, but then they switched it to an F because maybe I'm being sued for like $8 bajillion. But I think the biggest problem is those damn Murdochs over there on the Fox News channel. It appears my mustache is falling off. I might be a fraud after all. But you know what else is gonna happen? We're gonna take Georgia. We're gonna take Minnesota. We're gonna take all these places. Cause you know what the biggest problem is? It's the Sean Hannitys of the world, JR.
He needs some more assistance. He's not getting it. Therefore,
I get no assistance. I never get assistance. Are you kidding me? The only assistance I ever got was when I decided to go out there and peddle misinformation from all the crazy conspiracy theorists, because that's literally all I got. By the way, did you hear about my water bottle? It's the next thing. Everyone should get one. In order to be a true Lindell TV fan, you gotta get my bottle.
Speaking of which, actually, exactly, he still likes to advertise on Fox News.
Yes, he does.
Because he still needs his money because he's still being sued. Really fast from Newsweek, back in November, Lindell called for an organized and small protest outside of Fox News headquarters in New York City. Fox News is, quote, a big part of our country being taken away from us. That's what he said. In January, Lindell told right-wing strategist Steve Bannon, during an episode of The Latter's War Room podcast, that he believes the US is, quote, better off now because people know how bad Fox News is. It all got revealed. I'm still trying to figure out when that's all gonna stick. Also, and lastly, Lindell has also brought forward evidence of fraud, he says, quote, evidence. And from his cyber and election security experts, they've consistently debunked and discredited his claims, of course, and no evidence has emerged corroborating the allegation of widespread fraud leading to Biden's victory. We know this. Now, these are the same cyber ninjas and cyber election security experts that he's got that are apparently gonna hack into Sean Hannity's show and reveal something. So I think Sean Hannity's show is pretty safe because all those election security guys and cyber ninjas he's got, they came up empty for that 2 or 3 day symposium that made no sense.
Are you entertained by this at all?
Truthfully. A little bit, but I mean, the fact that it's the important things that he's discussing, going crazy about, is where we kind of keep it at like 70% entertaining and 30% devastating, because I don't think many people are listening to this guy anymore. Anytime Fox and Sean Hannity are like, we don't have no use for you anymore, you're in the wilderness.
Essentially, yes. Like it's interesting how like he's basically biting the hand that feeds him. That Fox News would allow him to advertise on their platform while also bashing Fox News into oblivion. So the infighting is great. I love it. But this is also like one of the least credible people in the face of the earth. Like seeing like, you know, the good liars on TikTok, like those two comedians that go to different Trump rallies.
Yeah.
And, you know, all these people are like, Lindell's got it. It's like when did the distributor, okay, of where you put your head down at night to get a good night's sleep, except on that, it's probably like a 1920s bunk bed style pillow. But regardless, when was this guy anointed like the cybersecurity expert of United States elections? When did this happen? Because, and to your point, every time there has been a fact checker, credited journalist who has said, okay, share the docs. He's like, oh, that'll happen in due time. Wait, sorry.
Never got it. Never had it.
That's gonna happen in due time, right? So like he will not surrender any. He won't give over any of his documents because they're completely fraudulent. This is literally all he has now. This is it. He dug himself into this hole, and he can't dig himself out because he doesn't have a big enough shovel.
It's just where he is now. All he's left is flailing. You see his hair gets further and further from his face, and more flailing he does because he's more and more desperate, similar to his hero Donald Trump.